looking desperate and you're clogging your pores.
Right. Why clog your pores?
Seriously. You are sending...
A lot of cougars doing that.
Oh, I know. It's so funny the word cougar has come up so recently, isn't it? Randomly with the guests.
It's
I go to the
powerful.
sports
Kay
club,
was saying that.
and there's lots of cougars there.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And it sends the wrong message, and you need to dress workout appropriate and nix being sexy at the gym. Gym should not be, but of course it's the cliche that the gym is now the new pickup place, especially in LA.
Yeah, I mean, when I grew up back in, the 1920s, the gym was always a very guy environment, and it was sweaty, nasty, stinky, old gray sweatshirts. And then somewhere, around the 80s when aerobics came in and Jane Fonda popularized all these bright outfits, and females, if females are going to come to the gym, obviously they want to give it some of their own, femaleness. But on the other hand, if you just take it too far where you're just strutting, you're just strutting around trying to get guys to look at you.
Yeah, it's almost like flash dance. It's like, no, just go to the gym, work out, and go home.
And like the guys know. We're in there like, oh my God, do you see what she was in today?
Do they really think that?
Absolutely, we know. Yeah, we know who's there to work out, and we can tell. It's like, oh my goodness, if they wear the ultra tight top, that their giant silicone chest is just, coming out like twin gun turrets.
And they've got like mascara running down their face and lipstick smeared, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's really
crazy.
sad,
Yeah, so no, that's a very, very good question. So
Hottie Help says, dress down when you go to the
down.
gym. Speaking of dressing, I just wanted to get to one of our things we were talking about on our Halloween costumes.
Oh, yes.
And we were saying don't dress your 8-year-old daughter up as a hoe. That was one of our tips.
Hottie Help mistakes. We're going to talk today about things that we found online where people are making this. We've been talking about what not to do online on Facebook, MySpace, and how to keep yourself safe. And so we went and we found mistakes that people are doing.
We went to Flickr. If you go to Flickr and type in Halloween costumes, you can bring up all these Halloween costumes. And many of them, which also I don't know if that's a great idea, to not only put your little daughter onto Flickr, but to put her in a scantily clad outfit. Yeah, thank you. Who's going to get that? That's going to end up in all the weirdos.
With all the pedophiles.
Thank you. So not only is it a bad mistake that you did it live and that you did it to her, but now you're promoting it all over the internet. I mean, it's like compounding it.
Well, what were the other ones that you caught? Because we caught some within 15 minutes of just cruising around.
Facebook, a phone number. Hey guys, I'm changing my phone number, and it was on the status line on Facebook.
It was like on the main part of Facebook, and it was this woman. She was like, hi, I'm Susie so and so. My home number has changed. The new number is.
Oh no! Well, maybe she thought her profile was on private or something, and it's not.
I think they just don't think, and they think, oh, it's just for my friends and my family, but they don't realize that everybody in the world can see it.
Yeah.
And see your photo.
And it's there for, it's in those servers forever.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Facebook. Yeah, it won't go away.
Right, in perpetuity.
Another thing I noticed was college kids. Yeah, when we were doing our little Flickr search. I know you're in college. I know it's like kind of, okay, mom's not around. I'm going to dress sexy for Halloween. But, I mean, some of this stuff was like, I'm going to show them where the pole is and how to dance on the pole, because that's where they're headed.
Or like Supergirl with the bare midriff, and then, harem girls. And these are all girls taking pictures in their dorm rooms, and then they're uploading up to Flickr. They're like 17, 18 years old, but I guess they think they just don't know.
And one day they could, become president of the United States. Or maybe not because of that photo.
Well, that's another thing. Now when you run for president, if you have this whole cyber history, Flickr and everything. Now, when you were 9 years old.
Right, exactly.
So crazy. Anyways, I wanted to go back real quick because I know that we had a caller, but I wanted to talk about the Anad John case.
We got a caller right now.
Okay,
Hold on.
I'm not going to. It's okay.
You are on Hottie Help with Marisa Petroro and Candace Kita. Hello. Welcome to Hottie Help.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, they must have hung up. Caller, if you got disconnected, please call back.
Yeah, please call back.
Please call back, and we will pick up the phone. Anyways, what I was saying is that I'm reading this. Prosecutor said John lured girls and women to Los Angeles.
Oh, we're back on this case again. Which case is it?
The designer Anad John guilty of rapes and sex assaults this week on Thursday. Prosecutor said John lured girls and women to Los Angeles with the promise that they could work as models, and then attacked them.
Which is a scam as old as the hills.
It
sadly.
is.
I have something, oh my God, from when I was a kid in New York. I would always take the train into New York. I wanted to get headshots done, and I didn't, have the money to do it. I wanted to shoot with this photographer. He was like $1,000, but he's like, fine, you can come be my gal Friday, and just kind of work a couple of hours, and then I'll shoot you for free. And there were a bunch of girl Fridays or whatever there working out, and so then I completed my hours, and it was like, okay, well, time to go shoot. And he's like, well, because you worked here and I'm shooting you for free, basically, you have to come in at night and shoot. That's the only time that I can do it. So I had been working there maybe 2 weeks, and then I made an appointment for an evening, and then I don't know what happened that day. I just, last minute, I said, you know what, I'm not going to do this. I don't know why. I spent 2 weeks going in to do it, and I never went. And he called up very angry at me, and I was like, okay, that's just weird. Forget it. I'm just cutting contact with this man. Well, months later, I'm watching TV, and it was on the news. This man had been raping women.
Oh my gosh!
And he attacked this one girl, and he raped this one girl, and then her brother found out, went crazy, and killed the guy.
No, killed the guy that you were the girl fighting for.
Yeah.
Wow.
Killed the guy, and then and that's why it was on the news. And then when the police were requesting people to come in to give their testimony of them being attacked and raped,
I hope that the brother did serve.
There was like a line around the block of like women trying. Yeah.
I hope the brother didn't serve too long. I want to finish that sentence.
I don't know what
like maybe got manslaughter or something.
I don't know what
And I think that a lot of women, when that happens, they're ashamed or embarrassed to say anything.
Oh,
so
of course
you have
are.
a long line of women, like you said, but nobody came forth probably because they
Well, the
thought,
famous
only
quote is
one,
rape is the most underreported and overreported crime. Because people don't want to report it, or then people do want to report it. Hold on, we got a caller. Let's see if I can bring it in. Hello, caller. You are on the air. Hottie Help, Candace Kita, and Marisa Petroro.
Marisa Petroro.
I got the last name down.
Hi, Marisa. Hi, Candace.
Hi.
Actually, I have a question for Marisa because I'm also a cancer survivor, and I was interested in how did you get involved with the cancer organization that you represent?
I'm the spokesperson for the Sarcoma Foundation of America, and they contacted me, I guess because they had known about me a couple years before. I had wanted to get involved with the organization. I'm a survivor of something called rhabdomyosarcoma, which is a rare childhood cancer that affects the muscle, and I had it in my arm, and I was diagnosed when I was 19 and went through a year of chemo and radiation, and so it's a wonderful way for me to sort of pay forward my experiences to other people going through this.
You get to talk to other people about it, and maybe in some sort of forum, like maybe off the internet. Is that how you represent it? Or?
Yeah. Well, I've had a bunch of people contact me through, I guess, through being on Deal or No Deal. They contact me through my website, sort of voicing how happy they are that I'm talking about this, and that it gives them and their family hope. And
definitely to have someone else going through